Pomi Amna Gohar. She is CEO of Phenomena, which is an art design company, and has collaborated with the Adab Fest to make it a beautiful event. Pomi is a creative art director and is behind the city's most exciting high-profile art, literature, and charity events. She has collaborated with Ameena Saiyid, Asif Farooqi, and KLF team for the last 10 years.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the first Adab Festival. The Adab Festival on this last weekend celebrated the rich, diverse Pakistani culture and showed off works of our writers, poets, literary figures, and talent from the performing art industry. This enlightening weekend, we brought Karachi an exciting range of book launches, feature talks, discussions, prose and poetry sessions. We also had a diverse book fair, entertaining interludes of music, dance, and performance art. Adab and Adab are an identity of a society, and we as Pakistanis boast of a rich literary heritage, which even to this day has a strong international literary presence. On this note, I would like to bring to the fore the two people who are responsible for bringing the Adab Festival to us, Mrs. Ameena Sayyid and Mr. Asif Farooqi. The Adab Festival is the brainchild of Mrs. Ameena Sayyid, and she is responsible for bringing the concept of the literary festival to Pakistan. Ameena Sayyid has been a publisher for the last 30 years. She is founder and director of the Adab Festival, Pakistan. She was awarded Order of the British Empire by the British Queen in 2005, Knight of Arts and Literature by the Government of France in 2013, and Sitara Imtiaz by the President of Pakistan in 2018. Ameena is on the board of Habib University Foundation, Institute of Business Management, Karachi, and Institute of Art and Culture, Lahore, and also a member of the governing body Anjume-e-Tarikh-e-Urdu. My honor and privilege to invite Ms. Ameena Sayyid to the stand. A big round of applause, please.
Thank you, Pomi. Distinguished speakers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for your wonderful presence here today. The seed and idea of Literature Festivals caught on and spread like wildfire in a forest where it seems that a few of parched trees were waiting for it. Adab Festival has been a mixture of deeply intellectual with the sensuous, light-hearted, and cheerful, the modern and the traditional, which gives it a range that will appeal to people from all walks of life. Our focus has been on inclusivity, access, and impact. I hope it will become a trailblazer for many more such events across Pakistan, so that towns tucked away in all parts of the geographical landscape of our land should not remain deprived of such stimulation. The Adab Festival, Pakistan, will, I hope, demonstrate to the world that hidden behind a different, misleading facade, Pakistan has an aspect that is sensitive, humane, and thoughtful, and where literature, culture, and diversity are celebrated. Adab Festival is not a monopoly. It is open source, and we would like people to take it from here to all parts of the country. And we are happy to collaborate with them and assist them in any way we can. Once again, I would like to say that through Adab Festival, we want to create a new silk route through which all the grandeur of our traditions and culture, literature and art, expressed through every language of this country, can travel out of obscurity and insecurity to join the world's assemblage of cultures and their luscious fruit. I would like to thank our wonderful sponsors without whom this event would not have happened. It is because of their generosity, vision, and values that enabled us not only to hold this festival, but also to make it free so that people from all walks of life could join us and enjoy themselves over the weekend. A big thank you and deep gratitude to Khalid Mahmood Saab, the Managing Director of Getz Pharma. Our lead sponsor, who has helped and supported us in every possible way, not just financially, but in countless other critically important ways. Adab Festival Pakistan could not have happened without his vision, his values, and his support. He is truly a patron of literature, art, and culture. I'm grateful to the Governor of Sindh for his generous offer of holding the Adab Festival Pakistan in this historical and splendid Governor's House, a historical place where Quaid-e-Azam took his oath of office as Governor General on the 14th of August, 1947, and where he lived for over a year. I would like to thank our sponsors, including Thar Foundation, Pioneer Cement, Halib Milk, Lums, Habib Metro Bank, Dr. Farhan Isa and Dr. Sabia Isa of Isa Laboratories and Diagnostic Center, Kareem, Dalda, Mr. Mohammad Rajpar, Goethe Institute, Tapal Tea, Pioneer Book House, Pie in the Sky, Phenomena by Pommy, Barbecue Tonight, Arts Council of Pakistan, I Am Karachi, Vasal Arts Association, Shamas Cafes, Splash, Hubco, The Mediators, and Faisal Malik of Thespians Theatre. A special thanks to Dawn, the Jung Group, Mr. Hamid Haroon, Nilofar Patel, Mr. Sarmad Ali, Fatma Zakir of the Geo Group, and the Ibrat Group of newspapers and Mr. Qazi Asad Abid for their wonderful support. And thank you to the Tribune and many other, to Business Recorder, Aaj TV, and all the media of Pakistan who have always supported us and continue to support us. A big thank you to the media. Thank you to our pavilion managers, to all our volunteers and pavilion managers who have looked after you in all the pavilions. Thank you for your wonderful voluntary work. And last but not the least, a big thank you to the Adab Festival Pakistan team, Shama Askari, Shema Saiyid, Nadia Ghani, and Sadia Mirza. A small group who believed passionately in the Adab Festival vision and did the work of an entire institution, and so brilliantly that they have set some kind of a record. And I would like to thank our wonderful speakers who have traveled here from all over Pakistan and from so many countries, the UK, the US, India, Canada, and I think Portugal. So thank you and Assalamu Alaikum.
I would now like to call Mr. Asif Farooqi. Asif Farooqi is a fiction writer, critic, and translator. He was educated at the Dow Medical College, Karachi, and Harvard University in the US. He has published several collections of short stories, essays, as well as translations of prose and poetry from contemporary writers. He is the founder of the Adab Festival Pakistan. He is an associate professor at the Habib University, Karachi, and director of the Arzu Center for Regional Languages and Humanities. Please, a warm welcome to Mr. Asif Farooqi.
Thank you very much, Pomi. Dignitaries on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Khawateen o Hazrat, Assalamu Alaikum. So finally, the moment of parting is here. We have had 3 great days of a magic-like atmosphere with discussions, book launches, theatre, dramatic readings, music, Have I missed anything? All against the magnificent backdrop of the monumental location, very much a part of the heritage we are celebrating. It took us, and I can't help but go back to the long, painful route it took us to reach here. 2 days ago, I mentioned that as a preparation for this festival, Ameena, Saiyid and I had to appear in the Sindh High Court. By the way, we stand educated after attending the brilliant session on law by Usama Siddiq, Saif and Farooq Bajwa. I wish we had heard that. Now, this was my first time in the court when I went there, but I have grown up on a staple diet of Urdu movies from both sides of the border. And although the lawyers had warned me to be careful of my words, my instinct was to break into histrionics and shout, "Judge Sahab, mere 10 saal wapas kar dein." But then I realized I don't want anything of that back. All I would like to say, "Judge Sahab, mere शहर के लिए 10 साल और दे दें." All of this has been made possible by the efforts of a very small team which was really overstretched. I'm very proud and grateful that you all managed to pull it off with supports from friends and well-wishers as well as donors. Saying this, I'm acutely aware of many shortcomings, things which should have worked better, programs which we could have done, programs that we could have done better. I apologize for all the shortcomings and hope that we can do better the next time. But the real triumph I'd like to point out, for me as well as for all of us, is not just that we managed to bring in so many wonderful people and have so many thought-provoking sessions, but the simple fact that against all odds, despite everything, we managed to do anything at all. The next time it will be even better. So what I want to say, what I want is more, not less. In asking for this, I feel guided by the invaluable presence of Fehmida Riaz, leading us by her courageous example and literary endeavor. I would like for a minute to acknowledge, well, actually more than for a minute, I would like to acknowledge the great Krishna Sopti, who breathed her last in Delhi. She was born in what is now Pakistan and is connected to us through her language and historical vision. I want to acknowledge Altaf Fatma and cherish her works. I remember the voice of Khalida Hussain, who defined the creative process in a way which is unforgettable. जब मैं अपने आप को महसूस करना चाहती हूँ तो लिखती हूँ. कहानी लिखने का अमल मेरे लिए अपने वजूद का रिश्ता कायम रखने की कोशिश है. इन दोनों दुनियाओं के साथ जो मेरे अंदर और बाहर बहती हैं और यूं मुसलसल बहती हैं कि दोनों के बहाव एक दूसरे में मुदगम होते चले जाते हैं, तो जब मुझे अपना वजूद ख़तरे में महसूस होता है, मैं अपने आप को लिखने पर मजबूर पाती हूँ. शायद फ़ना का खौफ, बका की हसरत, ज़िंदगी की मोहब्बत मुझे लिखने पर मजबूर करती है. ये खालिदा हुसैन के अल्फाज हैं. ज़िंदगी की ये मोहब्बत तो मुझे भी और आपको भी ये खींच लाई है. ज़िंदगी की मोहब्बत जो किताब से दोस्ती की अलामत है. आपका शुक्रिया एक बार फिर, और हम फिर मिलेंगे अगर खुदा लाया.
Asif, for your profound words. It's events like these that can't happen without the patronage of sponsors, and we are very lucky to have Mr. Khalid Mahmood, who is the Managing Director and CEO of Getz Pharma, who have supported the Adab Festival wholeheartedly. So please, a big round of applause for Getz Pharma. Khalid Mahmood is the Managing Director and CEO of Getz Pharma, the largest exporter of pharmaceuticals from Pakistan. He is currently engaged with various civic, cultural, and educational organizations, and he has been part of the WWF for the last 6 years. Khalid Mahmood is currently also on the board of the Zindagi Trust. He is chairman of the board of trustees of the award-winning civil and cultural organization Peace Niche 22F, and also on the board of Iqbal Ahmed Center for Education. He is committed to personal, human, and financial resources to campaigns and programs related to sports, education, healthcare, cultural, and environmental preservation. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Khalid Mahmood.
Mr. Peter Osborne, Ahmed Rashid Sahab, Haseena Moin Sahiba, Ameena Sayyid Sahiba, Asif Farooqi Sahab, and respected guests. And even though there are many luminaries sitting here in the audience, but I have to say my salams and welcome and appreciate the presence of Professor Aliya Imam Sahiba, who's a great critic and luminary, and my Urdu teacher in my college. Hence, I take the privilege of welcoming her. First of all, congratulations to the Adab Festival team for organizing a successful event. I have personally seen Ameena Sahiba, Asif Sahab, and their team put together a new literary festival in an astonishingly short period of time. I know it wasn't easy. Adab Festival has had a great debut, and it is a welcome addition to the literary landscape of Pakistan. Getz Pharma, from its very inception in 1995, has always played its role to support literature and preserving our cultural heritage as envisioned by our founding fathers for a peaceful and progressive country. Our support as lead sponsor of the Adab Festival and is part of the larger mission of encouraging tolerance, dialogue, and nation building, without which the industry, the economy, nor other institutions of the country can sustain and prosper. When I was a student, most of the students had worked for the peace and progress of their country, and one of the slogans that I saw often on the walls, and it was, of course, said by great leaders, was, and now we are saying, and perhaps we'll understand its meaning better, which said, no justice, no peace. No peace and no progress. And I hope that the good justice does not hear these words coming out of my mouth. I would like to congratulate Kamla Shamsi Sahiba, the winner of Getz Pharma's Fiction Prize, and the filmmakers who won the Iqbal Ahmed Center for Public Education Award. Best Documentary. Getz Pharma sponsors both these awards to support and encourage the writers and filmmakers of Pakistan. Over the course of the past few days, we have heard interesting discussions on several subjects such as poetry, politics, economics, international affairs, and many more. Poets, writers, and human rights and women's rights activists reminisced about the much missed, the great poet of our time, Fahmida Riaz Sahiba. Dr. Wali Nasir gave keen insights into the political aspects of our region. Much was discussed and said about the city of Karachi. We saw the launch of several books, the Mushaira, Qawwali, and partook of the rich cultural offerings of the Adab Festival had to offer. As the large number of attendees indicate, the first annual Adab Festival was a success. It was a pleasure to see the crowds of people streaming in to see their favorite writer, poet, intellectual, or a celebrity. The people of Karachi have shown their support for a new literary event by their own overwhelming response. These 3 beautiful days have brought together people from all walks of life, people from different social strata, people of different ethnic backgrounds, different opinions and values and beliefs and ideologies. It was particularly heartening to see the youth as well as people from suburbs and adjoining towns and cities attend this event. This shows the power of culture and literature, and this passion for the written word is common amongst a lot of people in this city, and it's wonderful to witness this. I would like to conclude by thanking Adab Festival organizers and congratulate them on their success. The spacious and picturesque venue, which was given by the governor of Sindh, contributed to the success of this festival both financially and logistically. I am sure that the Adab Festival will only grow in the years to come, and I very much look forward to the next year's event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid Mahmood, and thank you once again for supporting the Adab Festival. I would like to call Mr. Mamush Khwaja, the CEO of Halib. If you're in the audience, please join us on stage. And Mr. Sayyid Abul Fazl, CEO of Coal Mining Company and Thar Foundation. Please, if you could, both of you join us on stage. We are now proceeding with our keynote speakers. I would like to invite Mr. Ahmed Rashid, who is a journalist and a political analyst of repute. Ahmed Rashid's books on Afghanistan, Pakistan and Central Asia have attained bestseller status. His book, Descent into Chaos, United States and the Failure of Nation Building in Pakistan, Afghanistan and Central Asia, has been translated in over 40 languages. It's my pleasure and honor to call Mr. Ahmed Rashid. A big round of applause, please.
Well, thank you very much. It's Ameena, Asif, thank you so much for inviting me and for holding a very successful literary festival for 3 days in this wonderful location. It's taken 70 years for a Pakistani literature in English to develop. When Pakistan emerged, there were just a handful of novelists in the early decades. And then, for many years, there were just 5, the famous 5, I call them: Mohsin Hamid, Muhammad Hanif, Kamila Shamsi, Nadeem Aslam, and Daniel Mohyuddin. They really set fire to fiction and non-fiction in Pakistan, and they have done a great service. Even though, or you may find this surprising, that all their first books were written abroad, not in Pakistan. But it was their awareness in the post-Zia era of the flourishing at home of civil society, a new media, NGOs, and the recognition of the need for human rights that helped them gather ideas to write about. Yet only in the past few years have we seen a real flowering of novels in English, and the empty pages of that wonderful compendium of Pakistani literature compiled by Muniz Shamsi is now getting filled up very fast. Every day we see new novelists appearing. I've been surprised. I work closely with the Lahore Literary Festival, and I discovered 4 novelists in here at this festival who I had not even heard of before. We have learned painfully that literature is influenced not by government policies, but by developments in civil society. How ordinary people change the social landscape around them, how they improve it. However, what we are witnessing is a failure of civil society as the state institutions attempt to force-feed us into a single narrative to describe Pakistan today. We are being pushed to create a single monolithic culture which defines the state and abandons the creativity and differences that motivate a true society. No country can prosper without the pillars of civil society, which include flourishing NGOs, a fair and equitable educational system, respect for human rights, especially for women and children, and a flourishing media. Yet we are being force-fed to create a single narrative in which, for example, India is a permanent enemy, America is conspiring against us, liberal values have no place in a so-called Islamic culture. This is not the Pakistan that I grew up in. This is not the Pakistan that many of you grew up in. We live in a democratic setup, but democracy is abandoned for authoritarianism. Let's take the media. There are dozens of TV channels and newspapers, but the media is running scared right now of the authoritarian deep state and its single-minded obsession to control and dictate the news and the facts. Large parts of Pakistan are no longer covered by the media because they're not allowed to be. That includes Balochistan, includes Fata, and it even includes parts of Karachi, which are no longer covered, where we don't get good news stories, political stories as to what is happening in these areas. The press is under siege and journalists are scared. The travails of Dawn and the Geo Group are well known. Dawn is your city's newspaper. It's also the paper of record for all Pakistanis. But there is, unfortunately, a very sad and a minimal appreciation that this paper and other newspapers are fighting a struggle to survive right now. This is a sad appreciation of the paper founded by Quaid-e-Azam. The plight of NGOs is just as bad. NGOs do good work in areas which the state does not effectively reach. But instead of becoming a partner in such work, the state has put many local NGOs under surveillance. 18 international NGOs have been thrown out of Pakistan in the past few months, with no reason given, rendering some 12,000 Pakistanis jobless, educated Pakistanis, and millions of dollars lost, and many areas where NGOs work with poor people affected. There was no reason given for their expulsion. There will be more such expulsions in the days to come. And local NGOs are facing a much more stronger threat. NGOs are a vital part of civil society. I don't need to stress the plight of education, which many of you know well in great detail. Despite the heroic attempts of the private sector to set up more schools, we still have the highest rate of illiteracy in South Asia. I think this is something we should remember in a literary conference like this, where those lucky enough to be able to read books are able to and can buy books are in a fortunate position. 2.5 million children in Pakistan cannot read and cannot benefit from events like this. The tragedy has been the failure of the educated middle class in Pakistan to stand up for civil society, to get involved in upholding basic human rights and demanding a better social system, and one that is obsessed with not pushing a single narrative down our throats and insisting that there's only one truth. Pakistani literature in English plays a vital and important role in the way we see the country and the world, and how we are judged and how we judge others. Our literature is vitally connected to civic demands and civil society. It is time now that the public, the readers, get more involved in improving the quality of people's lives. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Rashid. I would like to call Ms. Aliya Imam to the stage, please. Please join us. I would now like to announce our second keynote speaker, which is Peter Oborne. Journalist and broadcaster Peter Oborne is a former chief political commentator of the Daily Telegraph and current political commentator for the Daily Mail and Middle East Eye. His books include Wounded Tiger, A History of Cricket in Pakistan, and White on Green, a portrait of Pakistan cricket, which he co-authored with Richard Heller. Peter Oborne was voted Columnist of the Year at the British Press Awards in 2013 and 16. Please, a warm welcome for Mr. Peter Oborne.
What a wonderful event. A glorious 3 days. An absolute cornucopia of intellectual genius and I might even say brilliant novelists, fantastic music, an advertisement for all that is great about modern civilization. I cannot say how excited I have been to be here. And by the way, the weather Can we just bottle it and take it to England, please? It has been such an arresting and exciting 3 days, and I want to give the perspective of a foreigner who loves Pakistan but observes it very closely. And like Mr. Rashid here, who's always writing books about descending into chaos and vortexes of disaster, I want to suggest that there are indeed some reasons for hope and actually really feeling pretty good about Pakistan. When I came to Karachi 10 years ago for the first of many, many visits, this city was virtually in a state of civil war. The killings and the shootings and the gangs, it was terrifying. It was very hard to live here. Foreigners wouldn't come. And I suddenly noticed about 3 years ago that if you came to Karachi, it was pretty peaceful. It's not as fantastically peaceful. There are sort of probably, but it's definitely descended to an average city around the world. All cities have their problems, rather than being one of the most dangerous cities on the planet. And that is an amazing change. And it's not one which has been fully understood. And it's part of a wider change in Pakistan society, the defeat of terrorism much more generally. And again, that's not been understood, but it's a fantastic, and there are still loads of problems, I fully accept that, but it is an amazing change that has happened. And I want to notice one other thing. One's always getting gloom about Pakistan, but the economic dynamism already here is greatly misunderstood. It's the growth rate goes on. There are problems, but I see them being addressed. The biggest problem is, of course, these educated middle-class people who Mr. Rashid was talking about. They don't pay their taxes. And one of the problems of a society, it has to have the rich and the powerful and the influential paying their full contribution, not salting away their grubby, ill-earned gains in foreign tax havens like London. And I'm very, very cheered up by the policies of the new government to try and extract some of those ill-gotten gains and bring them back to Pakistan. And that way you might pay for the education system and all the other things which need to happen, and remedy the absolutely appalling gap between rich and poor, which is even worse than in Britain. I also note with enormous enjoyment and of approbation the emergence of something resembling an independent foreign policy. We don't have one of those in Britain, but my word, you're beginning to develop one of those in Pakistan. You're no longer a sort of supplicant client states of the United States of America doing horrible things on behalf of foreign intelligence agencies. You're beginning to stand up for yourselves against the United States. You're balancing the United States and China. You've managed to develop a balanced policy between Saudi and Iran. Now, that's a new one. And indeed between Saudi and Qatar. This is all very new. It's happening now. It's part of a change which makes me feel this is a country which is beginning to understand the immense contribution it's always made to the world and how that can be expressed politically. I also note, and my word, this is contrary to the general mood and the way in which Pakistan is defined, a new eclecticism in public policy. Very small changes yet, but I love the way that Sikhs are being invited to cross the border. I love the way that the Supreme Court is making fabulous decisions about blasphemy law. You see that there is a return to the basic values which, of course, which have always underlaid the Pakistan state, and with the values, of course, of Jinnah, a Muslim country where people are free to go to the temple, to the mosque, to the church, or wherever. And I see this. It's much too early to say, but we're starting to see little changes for the better. Let's hope that continues. Having said nice things about Pakistan, I'm now going to make some criticisms. I absolutely endorse what Mr. Rashid was saying about the press. Wherever I go, whoever I meet, I always say that the Pakistan has got or did have a really good press, brilliant journalists, fantastic writers, and if you're going to start punishing those journalists, threatening those journalists, threatening those writers, intimidating them, great news. The Dawn newspaper is one of the great newspapers in the world. It's the Pakistan's equivalent. Some say it's rather a better paper than the Times of London. And the things I hear about that scare me, and the damage that would be done to the image of Pakistan abroad if this the harassment of the press continues is enormous. And I want, though, and there's one other criticism, I just think you're often too cynical about yourselves, too cynical about politicians. I think you've got, of course politicians are venal, but there is a virtue about them. I see a new public spiritedness emerging, and I don't think that I too often meet very well informed, very well educated and highly privileged Pakistanis who spend their entire time sort of criticizing people who are trying to make things better. And I think that is a national defect, which of course we very much share in Britain. But to return to the overall theme of the festival, what you have here, and I think it's one of the reasons why Pakistan has been so poorly understood, is it doesn't represent a narrow set of Western values. In many ways, it challenges Western values. Pakistan has got all kinds of insights into community, into tradition, into religion, into spirituality, into family, into the importance of civil society, even in the sense of tribes and clans and wider collective responsibilities, which we have lost in the West. You have a respect for family values, which we've forgotten all about. Most of the Pakistani people have not embraced the crass materialistic values of the West. And I feel that is the way forward. You are in many ways going to challenge the neo-imperialism, the foreign policy aggression, become a voice to the world which represents a new form of collective life. I love coming to Pakistan. Thank you for allowing me to speak here.
Thank you, Mr. Peter Oborne. I think your wit and humor has lit up the audience, so thank you for that. I would like to talk about Dr. Aliya Imam, who is an eminent writer and intellectual. She has taught at numerous universities around the world, including Russia, China, and Germany. She has publicized 28 books, the latest of which was War and Peace, That is a Question. She has been advisor to the Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, and Fair Saab called her a nightingale. I would like to invite Mrs. Ameena Saiyid to present a small token of appreciation to Dr. Aliya Imam. Please, a big round of applause. Big round of applause, please, for Dr. Aliya Imam. It's an honor and privilege to have her with us today. Please.
Dear friends, we have great respect, regard, love, and affection for Ameena Sayyid. Why is it so? What is the reason behind it? We have to think over it. I think she's a great, great human being.
Yes.
And great human being is one who inspires others by her thought and by her action. She has inspired all of us. And that is why we have love and affection for her. دوسری بات یہ کہ وہ کروڑوں انسانی جد و جہد کے معجزوں کا عطر ہے. آج کی یہ کانفرنس جہل کے ریگزار میں علم و دانش کی جوت جگا رہی ہے. آج کی یہ کانفرنس دہکتے ہوئے انگاروں میں قدم رکھ کر سچائی اور محبت کے پھول کھلا رہی ہے. میں رشید صاحب کو لمبی چوڑی تقریر I won't take much of your precious time. رشید صاحب کو صرف ایک جملے میں اقبال کی زبان سے جواب دینا چاہتی ہوں. کہتا ہے آپ کو درست شکایت، زرہ زنان چمن، زرہ زنان چمن لالا انتقام کشے، زرہ زنان چمن لالا انتقام کشیم ز بزم غنچہ و گل طرح دیگر اندازیم. تم بھی اٹھو، تم بھی اٹھو، تم بھی اٹھو، اور ان تمام لوگوں سے جنہوں نے ہمارے ماں بہنوں کی عزت لوٹی ہے، جنہوں نے بچوں کے کھلونے توڑے ہیں، ان سے انتقام لو تاکہ ہم ایک ایسا نظام حیات قائم کریں جہاں کلی کلی مسکرا اٹھے، جہاں غنچے غنچے کی جبیں پر تاج رکھ دیا جائے. یہ ہے پیغام جو اس کانفرنس تاریخ کو دے رہی ہے. ان الفاظ کے ساتھ میں ایک مرتبہ پھر پھولوں سے بھری ہوئی ذہن کے لگژری آف امیجنیشن سے پر امینہ سید کو اپنی محبت کا خراج، عقیدت کے پھول، مہر و وفا کے گلدستے نظر کرنے کا اعزاز حاصل کرتی ہیں. بہت شکریہ.
Thank you so much, Aliya Imam. I would at this point like to invite our third keynote speaker, which is Haseena Moin Sahiba. Haseena Moin is considered one of the best playwrights, dramatists, and scriptwriters that Pakistan has ever witnessed. She has written several popular plays for stage, radio, and television. Haseena Moin is the recipient of the Pride of Performance Award for her services to the performing arts in Pakistan. Please join me to welcome Ms. Haseena Moin Sahiba. In a big round of applause, please.
آپ سب کو سلام پیش کرتی ہوں کہ یہی ہماری تہذیب ہے، یہی ہمارا ادب ہے، اور اسی میں ہم زندگی گزارتے ہیں. ٹریڈیشنز ہماری یہی ہیں. خواتین و حضرات، یقین کیجئے یہ کراچی ہے، اور یہ بھی یقین کر لیں کہ یہ گورنر ہاؤس ہے، اور یہ خواب نہیں ہے کہ یہاں جو سینکڑوں ہزاروں خواتین اور حضرات اور بچے گھوم رہے ہیں، یہ آج کی حقیقت ہے. وقت بدلتا ہے. اس وقت ہم سب ادب کے دربار میں ہیں. یہاں نہ کوئی چھوٹا ہوتا ہے نہ کوئی بڑا ہوتا ہے، سب برابر ہیں. ہاں، یہ ضرور ہو سکتا ہے کہ کچھ ادب کی دنیا کے لوگ بڑے ہوں، اور ہو سکتا ہے کچھ بے ادب بھی ہوں. یک رنگی تو کبھی بھی اچھی نہیں لگتی. یہاں آرٹسٹ بہت سارے موجود ہیں، پینٹرز ہیں. ان سب کو معلوم ہوگا کہ کچھ رنگ مدھم ہوں تبھی خوش رنگی ابھر کر سامنے آتی ہے. میں اس وقت ادب کے حصار میں ہوں. امینہ سید اور آصف اسلم کو مبارکباد پیش کرتی ہوں، جنہوں نے کراچی کی آبرو رکھ لی اور دنیا کو یہ بتا دیا کہ ہمیں بھی ادب کو برتنے کا، سمجھنے کا، پہچاننے کا سلیقہ آتا ہے. ہم بے ادب نہیں ہیں. ہمارے تو رگوں میں خون دوڑ رہا ہے، اور جتنا بھی بچا ہے باقی سڑکوں پر پڑا ہوا مل جائے گا. مگر جب کوئی ڈاکٹر اس کا معائنہ کرے گا تو رپورٹ یہی دے گا کہ ویسے 80% ادبی خون ہے، نامناسب حالات کی وجہ سے 20% ناکارہ ہو گیا ہے۔ یہاں موجود تمام ادیب، شاعر، ڈاکٹرز، انجینئرز، ٹیکنالوجی ایکسپرٹس اور ہم ایسے عام انسانوں کی خدمت میں آداب عرض کرتی ہوں۔ ان تمام لوگوں کو جو اس وسیع و عریض جگہ پر بمشکل چل کر پہنچے ہیں مگر خوش ہیں کہ بہار کے امکان ہوئے تو ہیں، اور ان تمام نوجوانوں کو بھی جو ابھی اس دروازے سے اندر آئیں گے، اپنی نئی نسل کو بھی میرا سلام۔ 3 دن کا یہ ادبی جشن جس میں ادب، شعر، کتابیں، زبان، خواتین کے حقوق، تعلیم، کھانا پکانے کی ترکیبوں کی کتابیں، ڈرامہ، کراچی کی تاریخ وغیرہ وغیرہ سب پر سیر حاصل گفتگو ہوئی، گلے شکوے بھی ہوئے، دوستیاں بھی ہوئیں، دلوں پر جمع مٹی کی تہیں صاف کر دی گئیں۔ اس طرح یہ خوبصورت جشن آج ختم ہو رہا ہے، مگر مجھے یہ کہنا ہے کہ یہ اختتام نہیں ہے، یہ ابتدا ہے۔ اس لیے میں خدا حافظ نہیں کہوں گی، خوش آمدید کہوں گی۔ ادب کے راستے کے ایک اور موڑ پر ہم قدم رکھ رہے ہیں، جس کے لیے میں امینہ سید اور آصف کو مبارکباد پھر سے پیش کر رہی ہوں۔ یہ پہلا قدم ہے۔ پہلا قدم اس لیے سب سے اہم ہوتا ہے کہ انہی نشانات پر پاؤں رکھتے ہوئے دوسرے آگے بڑھتے ہیں اور نیا راستہ بنتا چلا جاتا ہے۔ ایک راہ سے 1000 راہیں نکلتی ہیں۔ اسی طرح ادب کے اتنے ہی رنگ ہوتے ہیں جتنے سمندر کے رنگ ہوتے ہیں، خود اس کی گہرائی کے رنگ، پھر آسمان کے عکس کے رنگ۔ ہاں، یہ ضرور ہو سکتا ہے کہ کہیں پر یہ رنگ شفاف نظر آتے ہوں اور کہیں مٹیالے سے۔ یہ قلم اور ذہن کا فرق ہوتا ہے۔ ادب کی سب سے بڑی خوبی یہ ہے کہ اس کی موجودگی گواہی دیتی رہتی ہے، اچھے ادب کی بھی اور برے ادب کی بھی۔ دلچسپ بات یہ ہے کہ کبھی کسی کے لکھے ہوئے کچھ جملے ہمیں بہت کچھ سکھا جاتے ہیں، اور کبھی ان کے لکھنے والے ہم پر اس طرح اثر انداز ہوتے ہیں کہ ساری کیفیت بدل کر رکھ دیتے ہیں۔ ہم ان کے حسن عمل سے اور ان کی حسن نیت سے بہت کچھ سیکھ لیتے ہیں، یا پھر اگر منفی اثر پڑتا ہے تو بہت کچھ کھو بھی دیتے ہیں۔ دراصل کتاب لکھنے والے کا وجود ہمیشہ حاضر رہتا ہے، وہ آنے والے ذہنوں کی پہنچ تک جاتا ہے۔ اور اب تو سائنسی علم نے زندگی کی شکل و صورت کافی بدل دی ہے۔ پرانا معاشرہ ختم ہو رہا ہے، ایک نئی تہذیب جی اٹھتی ہے۔ ترقی پسندی روشن خیالی کا دوسرا نام ہے، جس میں زندگی کو آگے بڑھانے والی قوتوں کے ساتھ چلنا ہوتا ہے، اور چلنا چاہیے، ورنہ ہم ماضی کو پکڑے رہیں گے اور وقت کی رفتار اسے بہت آگے لے جائے گی۔ اصل میں تخیلی دنیا کا معمہ حقیقی دنیا کے معمے کی طرح لا ینحل ہے۔ ادب تخیل بھی ہے، حقیقت بھی۔ ان کو بالکل الگ نہیں کیا جا سکتا، ورنہ بہت ٹوٹ پھوٹ ہو جائے گی۔ بھلا کس دور میں ادب نہیں لکھا گیا، چاہے وہ پیپرس پر لکھا گیا ہو یا پتھروں پر، دیواروں پر، فرش پر، کاغذ پر۔ ہماری خوش نصیبی یہ ہے کہ ہم اس دور میں آئے جب کتاب، کاغذ اور قلم، پھر کمپیوٹر بھی ہمارے پاس ہے۔ جب یہ سلسلہ لاکھوں برس سے جاری ہے تو آئندہ لاکھوں برس بھی جاری رہے گا۔ شکلیں بدلتی رہتی ہیں، نام بدل جائیں گے، نہ لفظ ختم ہو سکتا ہے نہ ذہن۔ قلم و کاغذ بھی کسی نہ کسی شکل میں ادب کے ساتھ رہیں گے۔ زمانہ کتنا بھی ایڈوانس ہو جائے، لفظ کی آبرو کبھی کم نہیں ہوگی۔ تو نوجوان یہ ہرگز نہ سوچیں کہ آگے چل کر لفظ صرف ایک نقطہ بن کر رہ جائے گا جو پوری کتاب ہوگا. ایسا کبھی نہیں ہوگا. ذہن اور دل کی اہمیت کبھی بھی کم نہیں ہو سکتی، اور جب تک دل اور دماغ باقی ہیں ادب، علم اور شعر ختم نہیں ہو سکتے. ہاں، جب کبھی آخری انسان اس کائنات کو آخری بار الوداع کہے گا تب شاید وہ آخری لفظ استعمال کرے، مگر ابھی وہ وقت نہیں آیا. ابھی بڑا وقت پڑا ہے، کام کرنے کا وقت ہے. آج تو ابتدا کی گھڑی ہے، کل شاید آج سے زیادہ خوبصورت اور بامانی لفظ لکھے جائیں، نئے نئے موضوعات سامنے آئیں، کیونکہ کائنات کی ارتقاء کے ساتھ ذہن کی ارتقاء بھی ہوتی رہے گی، اور دنیا 1000 بار تباہ ہوگی لیکن 1000 بار دوبارہ بنے گی. اس کا راستہ کوئی نہیں روک سکتا. جیسے دریا کے بہاؤ کو روکنے کی کوشش کی جائے تو وہ 10 راستے اور بنا لیتا ہے. آج یہاں جو لوگ جمع ہیں یہ علم و ادب کی پیاس میں مبتلا ہیں. یہاں سے 2 گھونٹ پی کر سکون حاصل کر کے جائیں گے. جو لوگ کتابوں کے پرستار ہوتے ہیں وہ جانتے ہیں کہ ایک کتاب کے ختم کرتے ہی انہیں دوسری کتاب کی تلاش شروع ہو جاتی ہے. یہ جو چھتنار درخت ہمیں نصیب ہوئے ہیں اس کے لگانے والے اور لوگ تھے، بے شمار لوگ جنہوں نے بیج ڈالے، پودے لگائے. ان کے اتنے نام ہیں کہ میں گنوا نہیں سکتی. اتنی کتابیں لکھی گئی ہیں کہ اوپر تلے اگر رکھی جائیں تو ہم آسمان تک پہنچ سکتے ہیں. مگر ہمارے اپنے ملک میں پچھلے چند سال بہت اچھے نہیں گزرے. ہمارے بہت بڑے بڑے ادیب، شاعر، فنکار، مفکر، نقاد اپنا اپنا کام ختم کر کے ایک نئی منزل کی طرف جا چکے ہیں. یقین نہیں آتا کہ یہ خلا کیسے پر ہوگا، لیکن کوئی بھی خلا باقی نہیں رہتا. یہ قدرت کا قانون ہے. نہ دوسرے انتظار صاحب آ سکتے ہیں، نہ عبداللہ حسین، نہ مشتاق یوسفی صاحب، نہ فیض، نہ فراز، نہ پروین شاکر، نہ فہمیدہ ریاض. لیکن اتنا مجھے بھی یقین ہے اور آپ کو بھی ہوگا کہ ان کی جگہ لینے کوئی نہ کوئی ضرور آئے گا، ورنہ تو غالب اور میر کے بعد شاعری ختم ہو جاتی. ڈپٹی نذیر احمد، اشفاق احمد، قرۃ العین حیدر وغیرہ کے بعد ناول اور افسانہ ختم ہو جاتا، مگر ایسا تو نہیں ہوا. فضا آج اگر سوگوار ہے، ظرافت کی دنیا سنسان لگ رہی ہے، تو کل کوئی اور پطرس بخاری، شفیق الرحمان، عظیم بیگ چغتائی، رشید احمد صدیقی اور مشتاق احمد یوسفی آئیں گے. نہ میں مایوس ہوں، نہ کسی اور کو مایوس ہونا چاہیے. جس نے یہ دنیا بنائی ہے، سجائی ہے، وہی اس کے توازن کا خیال بھی رکھتا ہے. کتابیں اب بھی لکھی جا رہی ہیں، شاعری اب بھی ہو رہی ہے. یہاں زائدہ ہنا موجود ہیں، کشور ناہید موجود ہیں، افتخار عارف صاحب موجود ہیں، اور بے شمار اعلیٰ پائے کے نام ہیں. نوجوانوں میں حارث خلیق ہیں، سلمان پیرزادہ ہیں، آصف فروقی ہیں، فاطمہ حسن ہیں. اس لیے میں خوش ہوں، اور اسی لیے امینا سید اور آصف فروقی نے بھی یہ میلہ لگایا ہے کہ ہمارے بعد اندھیرا نہیں، اجالا ہے. کون کہتا ہے کہ راستے کھو گئے ہیں، منجمد اندھیرا ہے؟ ایسا نہیں ہے. برف کے پگھلنے میں پاؤں پھٹنے کا وقفہ ہے، اس کے بعد سورج کی کرنوں کو کون روک سکتا ہے؟ وقت بڑھتا ہے مگر سمت بدلتا بھی ہے. چاند چھپتا ہے مگر چاند نکلتا بھی تو ہے. اس لیے میں اپنے اور ادب کی دنیا کے تمام لوگوں سے مایوس نہیں ہوں. میں جانتی ہوں کہ آج کے ادب سے کل کا ادب شاید زیادہ بہتر ہوگا. شکریہ.
تھینک یو. بہت شکریہ حسینہ موئن صاحبہ، آپ کی خوبصورت باتیں سب نے سنی اور انجوائے کیا. اب وی وڈ لائک آئی مینشن بفور, such an event can't take place without the patronage of sponsors. So we would like to call on Mr. Memoosh Khwaja, the CEO of Halib Foods, to please come and share a few words. Thank you, and please a big round of applause for Halib Foods for supporting the Adab Festival.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening to all of you. I'm representing here Halib Foods, as well as our sister concern, Pioneer Cement. So on behalf of both the companies, very briefly, Pioneer Cement has been a promoter of art and culture for a very, very long time in Pakistan. And at the same time, Halib Foods, this year itself completes its 35 years in Pakistan, and has been a promoter of health and sustainability for all these years. Why Halib is here? Basically, Halib completes its 35. Hello? Yeah, okay. So this very year, Halib completes its 35 years with a new look, with a revitalized promise. Just like this other festival has come in this year with a promise, with a new look and feel, and a complete new outlook towards culture and festivity in Pakistan. Adab Festival has been an all-in-one. It's not just a festival of literature, but of history, music, socio-economic issues, and a lot of topics. Truly a festival of its kind. We were very proud to be part of this festival. I personally had a chance to be part of this festival, attended a few sessions, and I have to say that the content in this festival has been very impressive. The choice of topics has also been very good. The quality of panelists who are here and the speakers who have been part of this festival, it really has been an outstanding affair. And we were very heartened and delighted to see the general enthusiasm and passion shown by all of you to be part of this festival. In the end, a special thanks to Ameena and Asif for creating this forum, for creating this occasion in which we can share, learn, and to create this overall festivity in Pakistan. We wish Adab Festival all the best and a sustained prosperity to come in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Memoosh Khwaja. Now we come to the exciting launch of the Thar book. And I would like to invite Sayyid Abdul Fazil Rizvi, the CEO of Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company and Thar Foundation, to join me at the stand along with Mrs. Ameena Sayyid. Please, a big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and assalamu alaikum. I represent Thar Foundation, Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company, and Anglo Energy Limited. I would like to congratulate Mrs. Ameena Sayyid and Mr. Asif Farooqi for organizing once again this brilliant Adab Festival, which has grown and is getting better every year that we see. Thar Foundation is, just for you, just a little bit of introduction, is a not-for-profit organization which is working in Tharparkar and is partnering with Government of Sindh, Sindh Anglo Coal Mining Company, and other partners who are working on the development of Thar coal fields. Our objective is to establish the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals in Tharparkar, starting from the taluka of Slamkot, where we have our mining operations going on. And we would like to ensure that the socio-economic benefits that are going to be realized as a result of the mining and the power projects that we are doing are passed on to the local Thari people, who we believe are the true stakeholders of this project. Uh, when you Google Tharparkar, I think unfortunately the two things that you always see is the drought situation over there and the number of children who have died or are dying over there. But this is not all what Tharparkar offers. Tharparkar is a very unique region of our country. It is the most vegetated desert in the world and also the most populated desert in the world. And at Thar Foundation, we have taken a small endeavor, which is to collect a lot of photographs and pictures, which is a true depiction of the culture of Tharparkar, the people of Tharparkar, and the spirit of Tharparkar. If you really want to see religious harmony in any part of Pakistan, I think you must visit Tharparkar, where almost 54% Hindus and 46% Muslims are living in absolute religious harmony and interfaith harmony. So we have chosen this event for the launch of our Thar coffee table book, which was developed by none other than Mr. Hamid Akhund of the Sindh Endowment Fund, together with Ms. Nasreen Kasuri, and we would like to thank them for their contribution. But I would also like to acknowledge here the efforts of the person who was behind this whole idea of launching this Thar coffee table book, which is Mr. Shamsuddin Ahmed Sheikh, the ex-CEO of Thar Foundation and Sindh Agro-Coal Mining Company. So a round of applause for all the people who helped us develop this book. In the end, I would like to call upon Mr. Asif Farooqi and Mrs. Ameena Saiyid to please come to the stage, and I would like to offer a small token of gift from Tharparkar to both of them, and also a coffee table book to them. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you to Abul Fazal Rizvi, CEO Sindh Agro, for the book and the beautiful scarves for Ameena, Appa, and Asif. I would like to thank all the keynote speakers for their wonderful words of wisdom.